Hello. How are you today? Have you ever felt trapped by your past? Have you ever carried the weight of old experiences, past failures, or regrets that prevent you from fully embracing the present? If so, you are not alone. So many of us live with the echoes of yesterday, allowing them to shape our thoughts, our decisions, and even our happiness. But here is the truth. The past is gone, and the only thing you truly own is this moment right now. Life is like a flowing river. If you keep trying to hold onto the water that has already passed, you will never be able to fully appreciate the fresh, new water that is coming. Yet, many of us hold onto past pain, old beliefs, and outdated ways of thinking, preventing ourselves from growing and experiencing life in its fullest form. This is why today's message is so important. If you want to move forward, you must first learn to let go. To illustrate this, I want to share with you a powerful story, the story of the overflowing teacup. This ancient Zen lesson teaches us the importance of emptying our minds, letting go of what no longer serves us, and making space for new wisdom, new experiences, and new opportunities. It reminds us that if we continue to hold on to what we already know, what we have already experienced, or what we have already been through, we will never be able to receive anything new. The truth is, the past cannot be changed, no matter how much we think about it. But what we can change is our relationship with it. We can either let it chain us down or use it as a stepping stone for growth. We can either cling to old regrets, or we can free ourselves to fully embrace the life we have now. So today, I invite you to open your mind and your heart to a new way of thinking. As we dive into this lesson, ask yourself, what am I still holding onto that is keeping me from fully living? What beliefs, memories, or regrets are filling up my cup, leaving no room for new experiences? Because the moment you decide to let go, you open yourself up to something truly beautiful, the freedom to live fully, deeply, and without limits. The story of the overflowing teacup, a lesson in letting go. There was once a wise Zen master who was known for his deep understanding of life. One day, a scholar came to visit him, eager to learn. The scholar had spent years studying philosophy, reading books, and accumulating knowledge. He believed he was wise, but he wanted to test the master's wisdom and, perhaps, gain more insight. As they sat together, the Zen master invited the scholar to have tea. He carefully poured the tea into the scholar's cup, filling it slowly. But as the cup became full, the master kept pouring. The tea overflowed, spilling onto the table and then onto the floor. The scholar watched in shock before finally exclaiming, Stop. The cup is already full. No more tea can go in. The Zen master looked at him and said, just like this cup, your mind is already full. You are so full of your own opinions, beliefs, and knowledge that there is no space for anything new. Before I can teach you, you must first empty your cup. This story is a powerful reminder of what happens when we hold onto the past, our old thoughts, beliefs, and experiences without making room for growth. So many of us walk through life carrying the weight of what we already know, what we have already experienced, and what we have already suffered. We cling to our past mistakes, our regrets, and even our achievements, without realizing that by holding on to them too tightly, we leave no room for new possibilities. Why holding on to the past holds you back? We all have things we struggle to let go of. Maybe it's a mistake we made, a failure that still haunts us, or a past relationship that didn't turn out the way we hoped. Maybe it's an old belief about ourselves, one that tells us we are not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. But the problem with holding on to these things is that they trap us in a cycle of repeating the past instead of creating the future. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while carrying a heavy backpack filled with unnecessary weight. Every extra pound slows you down, drains your energy, and makes the journey harder than it needs to be. That is exactly what happens when you hold on to things that no longer serve you. You cannot fully step into your future if you are still clinging to the past. The power of letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean that what happened to you was unimportant. It means that you free yourself from the emotional weight of the past so that you can fully embrace the present. It means that instead of seeing your past as something that limits you, you use it as something that strengthens you. Think of it this way. If you spend all your time looking in the rearview mirror while driving, you will never see what is ahead. The past is a place of reverence, not a place of residence. It is meant to teach you, not trap you. When you let go, you make space for new opportunities. When you stop holding on to what is gone, you create space for what is meant to come. Free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Many of the things we hold onto are the very things that cause us pain. Letting go means choosing peace over suffering. Open yourself to growth and transformation. Life is always changing. And the more you embrace change, the more you grow. How to empty your cup and live freely. If you feel like your mind is overflowing with stress, past regrets, or limiting beliefs, it is time to empty your cup and make space for something new. Here's how you can start. 1. Recognize what you are holding on to. Be honest with yourself. What past experiences, thoughts, or emotions are weighing you down? What beliefs are keeping you from growing? Acknowledge them so you can start to release them. 2. Shift your focus to the present. The only moment you truly have is right now. If you focus too much on the past, you miss the beauty of the present. Start practicing mindfulness. Pay attention to where you are, what you are doing, and how you feel in the current moment. 3. Accept that some things cannot be changed. The past is done. No amount of overthinking or regret can rewrite it. What you can change is how you respond to it and how you allow it to shape your future. Instead of resisting, accept what has happened and choose to move forward. 4. Make peace with imperfection. Life is not meant to be perfect. Mistakes will happen. Things will not always go as planned. And that is okay. Learn from them. But do not let them define you. You are more than your past. 5. Fill your cup with new experiences and learning, instead of holding on to what is already full. Allow yourself to experience something new. Challenge yourself to see things differently. Meet new people. Learn new ideas. And be open to possibilities you never considered before. Final thought. Free yourself from the past. Life is happening now. Not yesterday. Not last year. Now. Do not let the weight of the past keep you from experiencing the beauty of the present. If you want to grow, if you want to evolve, if you want to live a life that is truly fulfilling, you must be willing to let go. The Zen master was right. You cannot pour more tea into a cup that is already full. And in the same way, you cannot receive new blessings, new opportunities, or new wisdom if your mind is still occupied by the past. So empty your cup, free yourself from what no longer serves you, and step into the life that is waiting for you right here, in this moment. Holding on to the past is like carrying a heavy bag of stones everywhere you go. Each stone represents an old regret, a painful experience, or a belief that no longer serves you. With every step, the weight becomes heavier, slowing you down, making it harder to move forward. Yet, many of us continue carrying this burden, unaware that the only thing keeping us from freedom is our refusal to let go. When you hold on to old thoughts, past failures, and limiting beliefs, you leave no room for growth, no space for new possibilities. The past, no matter how much you dwell on it, cannot be changed. The only thing you have control over is how you respond to it. Do you let it define you? Or do you let it teach you? Do you allow it to hold you back? Or do you use it as a stepping stone towards something greater? The answer is entirely up to you. The story of the overflowing teacup is a perfect metaphor for how our minds often operate. Just like the scholar who came to the Zen master seeking wisdom, many of us believe we are ready for change, yet we remain so full of our own perspectives, past experiences, and rigid beliefs that we cannot receive anything new. We become like the teacup overflowing, unable to take in anything fresh, unable to see beyond what we think we already know. And until we empty that cup, we will never be able to learn, grow, or experience life fully. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean dismissing your experiences or pretending they did not happen. It means acknowledging them, learning from them, and then setting them down so you can move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. It means choosing to no longer let the past dictate your future. Imagine what your life could be like if you stopped carrying old disappointments. Imagine waking up every day free from the weight of yesterday's mistakes. Imagine embracing the present moment fully, without fear or hesitation. That kind of freedom is possible the moment you decide to release what no longer serves you. People often fear letting go because they believe that if they do, they will lose a part of themselves. But in reality, the opposite is true. You do not lose yourself by letting go. You find yourself. You reconnect with the part of you that is not defined by pain, by past failures, or by old wounds. You discover that you are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are something much greater, someone who has the power to grow, to evolve, and to create a future that is far bigger than anything behind you. Growth requires space, just as a seed needs soil to expand its roots. Your mind needs openness to embrace new possibilities. You cannot fill a mind that is already full. If you want to learn, to succeed, and to become the person you were meant to be, you must be willing to empty your cup to make room for the lessons, opportunities, and experiences that life is waiting to offer you. Holding on to the past is like keeping the same book open to the same chapter, rereading the same words over and over again. You already know how that story ends. The real magic happens when you turn the page. So how do you start letting go? You begin by making a decision to no longer let what happened before define what happens next. You stop telling yourself the same old story of why you cannot move forward, why things will never change, why you are stuck. You replace those thoughts with something more powerful, something more true. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. You are free to move forward the moment you choose to. Every single day is an opportunity to rewrite your story. But to do that, you must first put down the old one. You must trust that life has more waiting for you than what you are leaving behind. You must believe that the best chapters of your life are still ahead, not behind. And when you do that, when you finally let go of the past, you step into something greater than you ever imagined. You step into your power, your growth, and your ability to create the life you truly deserve. So today, take a deep breath. Feel the weight of the past that you have been carrying. And then, let it go. Empty your cup. Make space for something new. Because once you do, you will realize that the only thing that was ever holding you back was the belief that you could not move forward. And the moment you decide to let go, everything changes. Letting go of the past is not always easy. Many of us carry memories, regrets, and emotions that seem impossible to release. We hold on to past mistakes, painful experiences, and outdated beliefs as if they are a part of who we are. But the truth is, the past is nothing more than a story, one that only has power if we keep telling it. To move forward, to truly live, we must learn how to let go and embrace the present. Imagine walking through life with a heavy backpack filled with old burdens, disappointments, heartbreaks, missed opportunities. With every step, the weight slows you down, making it harder to move forward. Now, imagine what it would feel like to finally take that backpack off, to stand up straight, to feel light, to move freely. That is what happens when you release what no longer serves you. You do not lose anything important by letting go. You only lose what was holding you back. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to let go is because they believe that holding onto the past somehow protects them. They think that if they keep replaying a mistake, they can prevent it from happening again. If they hold on to pain, they can avoid being hurt in the future. But this is an illusion. The past cannot be changed, no matter how much you think about it. The only thing it can do is steal your ability to enjoy the present. And the longer you hold on to it, the more you miss out on the life that is happening right now. Letting go does not mean forgetting or pretending something never happened. It means choosing peace over pain. It means deciding that your future is more important than your past. It means trusting that what is ahead of you is greater than what is behind you. But to truly embrace this, you must be willing to empty your cup, to release old beliefs, old stories, and old versions of yourself that no longer align with the person you are becoming. One of the most powerful ways to do this is to shift your focus from the past to the present. Every time you catch yourself dwelling on something that already happened, ask yourself, is thinking about this helping me move forward? Or is it keeping me stuck? If it is not serving you, let it go. Redirect your energy to what you can control this moment, right now. Growth happens the moment you stop looking backward and start moving forward. When you finally release what has been weighing you down, you create space for something better. You open yourself up to new opportunities, new perspectives, and new beginnings. You start to see life as it truly is, not as something to be feared, but as something to be embraced. So, if you are ready to step into a new chapter, make the decision today. Decide to let go. Decide to live fully. Decide that your past does not define you, your choices today do. Because the moment you make that decision, you will realize that the only thing that was ever holding you back was the belief that you could not move forward. And once you let that belief go, you become unstoppable. Life is always moving forward, but too often, we hold ourselves back by clinging to the past. We replay old memories, dwell on regrets, and carry the weight of past mistakes, thinking that somehow, by holding on to them, we can change what has already happened. But the past is done. No amount of overthinking, regret, or self-blame can rewrite it. The only thing you have control over is what you do next. And the truth is, as long as you keep looking back, you will never be able to fully embrace what is in front of you. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean dismissing your experiences or pretending that your pain never existed. It means choosing peace over suffering. It means refusing to let old wounds define your future. It means deciding that you are no longer willing to live in a world that exists only in your memory, but instead, you are ready to fully embrace the life that is happening right now. Too many people live as prisoners of their past, unaware that the door to freedom has been open the entire time. They hold on to past failures as if they are permanent, allowing those experiences to dictate their worth and limit their potential. But your mistakes do not define you. Your regrets do not define you. The only thing that defines you is what you choose to do with this moment. Will you continue carrying the burden of yesterday? Or will you finally set it down and move forward? When you let go of the past, something incredible happens. You start to see life with new eyes. You begin to notice the beauty of the present moment, the opportunities, the connections, the simple joys that were always there. But you were too distracted by the past to appreciate them. You regain control over your emotions, your energy, and your future. You start making decisions based on where you want to go, not on where you have been. And suddenly, life starts to feel lighter, freer, and full of possibility. The story of the overflowing teacup teaches us a simple but profound truth. You cannot pour anything new into a cup that is already full. And in the same way, you cannot welcome new opportunities, new wisdom, or new happiness if your mind is still overflowing with old thoughts, old pain, and old fears. You must make room. You must create space for something better. That is what letting go truly means. It is not about losing anything. It is about making space for something greater. So today, ask yourself, what am I still holding onto that is keeping me from fully living? What beliefs, memories, or regrets are filling up my mind, leaving no room for growth, no space for peace? What do I need to release in order to step fully into the life I deserve? The moment you choose to let go, You open yourself up to something truly beautiful, the freedom to live without limits, without fear, without being held back by what no longer serves you. It is time to stop looking back. It is time to stop allowing the past to dictate your future. The best days of your life are not behind you. They are ahead of you. But you will never reach them if you keep turning around. Decide today that you will not let yesterday steal one more moment of your happiness. Choose to walk forward with confidence, with peace, and with the understanding that everything you need to create a beautiful future is already within you. The moment you release the past, you reclaim your power. You step into a life of purpose, clarity, and joy. And in that moment, you become truly unstoppable.